So good morning, guys. So yesterday, when I was doing my deliveries, I had to make a stop at Stop and Shop so I could use the restroom. So while I was coming out of the bathroom, I saw these two employees that worked at Stop and Shop, a man and a woman. And the man was saying to the woman, out of all these years that I've known you, I've never once disrespected you. Please do not disrespect me. The title of this is There's No Room for Disrespect. None. And then he had to repeat it again. He said, out of all of these years that I've known you, I've never once disrespected you. Please don't disrespect me. Now, I don't know what this woman did to this man, but I know I heard that conversation as I was passing them by. And I was like, ooh, you know what? That's right. That's right. There's no room for disrespect. That's right. You tell her. You go, boy. Do not allow no one to disrespect you. No matter how minute or insignificant that the person may feel that the disrespect is, they may feel like, oh, that ain't big of a deal for you to be feeling like I disrespected you. No. Disrespect is disrespect. And you're the one on the receiving end of the disrespect. So no one can give you, or no one has the right, I shall say, no one has the right to tell you what's disrespectful and what's not if it's being done to you, as you are the one that's on the receiving end. And the girl, she was honestly kind of trying to dismiss the guy, and that's why he said it a second time, because she was like, no, but, or whatever. He was like, I've never disrespected you. And I liked how he was dealing with her, how he was, handling that situation. Because, he was furious, but he never once raised his voice. He was his calmest thing. Just like it says in Proverbs 12 and 16. It says, a fool is quick-tempered, but a wise person stays calm when insulted. Now, whatever she said to him that made him feel disrespected, he wasn't allowing it. And he was calm. But you could tell he was firm, and he was not allowing her to kind of just like, dismiss it. She was really trying to dismiss it. And he was like, no. He was getting to the point. Whatever it is, he was getting to the point. And I was like, yes, that's how you do it. You don't allow no one to disrespect you. And that's how you do it. You stay calm. Like it says, a soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. That's also coming from Proverbs 15 and 1. See, he didn't have to stir up anger. He didn't have to, come at her all hostile and all agitated. Even though you can see he was frustrated. You can see he was frustrated. You can see he was, taken aback, like, wait a minute. What? I've never spoken to you like this before. Out of all the years that I've known you, why are you talking to me like this? You can see he was kind of like, wait a minute. And that's why he said it to her. And he had to double back and say it because, again, she was kind of trying to be like, whatever. I don't know if she was a supervisor or a manager or whatever, or if she was just a co-worker. But regardless of whoever she was, he was letting it be known, no, do not disrespect me. And I'm like, that's right. You don't allow people to disrespect you no matter who they are, no matter no matter the authority that they may have over you or whatever. You do not allow for disrespect of any kind from anyone. That's real serious. Like moving forward and into the remainder of our days on this earth, there's no room for disrespect. Do not allow people to disrespect you at all, no matter what. No matter what. Because those are the same folks that if you was to do something to them, they would be all crazy. They would be staring up grievous words. They would be all irate and going off on you, telling you what you're not about to do, this, that, and the other. Just like the same, if they can disrespect, let them know. We're not having it. Let them know. No, this is not going to happen. Excuse me. We're not going to happen. And I just really was saying that because I was like, I liked the way he handled her, though. He handled the situation very, maturely. And again, he wasn't, he didn't say grievous things. He, because grievous words stir up anger. He didn't say anything grievous. He was soft, but he was really firm. And he was like, And I was like, ooh. I was like, okay then. And I kind of chuckled a little bit because it the way it happened. I was like, okay then, because he wasn't trying to go for it. He wasn't hearing it. And I like that. And it just reminds me of one time when I was at one of my jobs, right? I was on this job for a long time. And one of the supervisors, like, they were trying to get me out of that job for the longest, okay? But I know the favor of God because God gave me that job. And so they were trying to get me out of the job. And God was like, no, I'm going to keep her on this job. And they were doing everything in their power to try to, you know what I'm saying, be disrespectful, to try to get me to quit. They were doing so many things to try to get me to quit. Oh my gosh, you could tell they were trying to get me to quit. And I was like, I ain't going nowhere. You want me out of here, you're going to fire me. And then you're going to pay me. So the supervisor, she was making it hard. And I was saying to her, I was like, no, I don't want to, I said, I don't want to do that because I don't think that that's right. And if I take this person, then this could happen. So I'm just looking out for the best interest of me, the other clients that I got to deal with, and for where we're about to go. I said, I don't think that that's fair. I said, I need somebody else. And she was not trying to hear it. So she said, I'm going to go tell Lamont. And I said, okay. So we both walking, and she's rushing and she's rushing. She's rushing. She's trying to hurry up. I was right there. I wasn't rushing, but I was walking at a nice steady pace. And then we saw the CEO. We see the CEO, and she's like, "Oh, XYZ." So she's going all off. She's all animated about it. She's all wilding out. And then I said one thing. I just was like, "Well, this is da 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 boom boom boom." I said, and that's all I said. I said, I'm just trying to make sure everybody's safe. That's all. I'm not trying to make a big deal. I don't care if we going where we going. I just want to make sure everybody's safe. That was my exact words. He said, oh, give her what she wants. She was like, oh. She was thinking, because she just swore up and down and knew that he was going to side with her. But he didn't. And then her heart sunk down so low. She was like, oh. And I was like, thank you. And then I walked away. And I was saying thank you to the CEO, not to her. I was saying thank you to him. And I walked away. And she was furious. She was so furious. And she couldn't stand that. And she didn't like me. It made her not like me even more so. And I didn't care. I went on about my way. Then, I tell you no lie. I tell you no lie. I know that this is the favor of God. Because literally 2 weeks later, she quit and went to a different department. She quit and went to a different department because she didn't like the fact that I was able to override her decision and what she felt like I should have done on that day, and what my way was better. I wasn't trying to outdo her or anything like that. It was just that I'm out there in these streets, I'm out there with these clients, I'm out there, I know what's best. And so I just suggested we do what the best way I felt was the better. She didn't like it. And then she quit. Because they were trying to fire me for the longest. But she quit. Then she went to a different department. So then, like some days or weeks maybe later, I'm walking and I see her having a conversation with another coworker in a different department. And she was talking about the situation. And I just so happened to walk by her. And I heard her saying whatever she was saying, and I paid her no mind. I kept it moving. And she calls my name. And then I stop and I turn and I look. And she apologized. She apologized to me for her bad behavior and however it came out with between us. And I was like, what? I was shocked. And when she was so emotional, she was teary-eyed. I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, ah. It was really a sincere apology. And it caught me off guard, and it really caught me off guard because she was emotional. She was crying about it. Because you can see that whatever her evil deeds were and however maybe whatever was going on in her heart, she was convicted. She was convicted in her heart. And it didn't, and then because of me, of who I am and how God uses me, it was eating her up. And she finally had the courage to apologize because she couldn't take it anymore. And you could tell that after she apologized. And I was like, oh my goodness, I forgive you or whatever, you know what I'm saying? After she apologized to me or whatever, I was like, oh, I appreciate that, I thank you or whatever, you could tell it took a weight off of her. You could tell she was way better. She felt more, secure. She felt a weight lifted off her shoulders. You can tell. And I was like, oh, and then the whole day I was just like, oh my gosh. And I was emotional, because it was such a sweet thing. I just think I was like, it really touched my heart. It really touched my heart. And it was genuine. And I could tell that. And plus, my prayers, because I was praying, okay? After that situation, I've been praying. And I know that that's why she quit and went to a different department. She stayed in the business, the same, business, but she quit. She went to a different department. And I could tell that was because of my prayers, right? And I didn't pray for her to leave or nothing like that. I just prayed, for peace, respect, unity, a good prayer, because I got to work here. And I saw the evil deeds that was being done. And I'm like, nah, God gave me this job. God going to keep me on this job. And I'm going to stay on this job until the Lord says that it's time for me to go. And I wound up being on that job for like 3.5 years before I finally gave and said, hey, I'm out. But, before I finally wound up quitting, I lasted through the job, through the pandemic and everything. But then afterwards, I got demoted and I stayed for a while. And I said, oh, that's how y'all doing it? Because you see, they was trying to get me out of there from the beginning, like I said. And then after that, I was like, you know what? It's not worth it. It's not worth it. And my pay went down because I got demoted. My pay went down. My hours was shorter. And I was like, it's not even worth me staying here. So I left, But and also I left because the Lord told me to. I was also instructed to leave. It was my time, But you see how God works? God works, okay? God hears your prayers. God sees the hearts of other people. And he works and he operates accordingly, And to where I didn't ask for her to apologize to me. I didn't pray for her to apologize to me. I didn't even care. But God interceded. And God was like, no. She was not okay. She was not right. And God allowed for the apology to happen. And I accepted the apology. And it was a sincere apology. And it took me by surprise because I wasn't expecting it. But I'm saying, you see, respect. Respect. I didn't even have to do anything. But respect. There's no room for disrespect. So, yes. I just wanted to share that with you because yesterday, that guy, I'm telling you, I was so proud of him. I don't even know him. But I was proud. I said, you go boy. I sure did. I was like, you go boy. Because he stood his ground. And he stood on a boundary to not allow anybody to disrespect him. And yes, that's how we are to move from here on out. Moving like old boy. I don't know his name. I don't know those people. But moving in our lives like no disrespect is allowed. Period. So, I hope this resonated with you. And if it did, let's hear the comments here. Let's hear the comments. Okay, guys? Give me some likes, okay? Come on, support your girl on this soulful story. Okay? So, like, share, comment. I'd like to hear from you guys. And subscribe if you feel led, if you want to hear more stories, okay? But have a blessed day. And until next time.